Good afternoon, folks. I'm in Llandegla this afternoon in the forest, very popular area for mountain biking and hiking as well. Got another new bit of kit as displayed right there. Got myself a variable ND filter. It's probably a rubbish one. It's quite handy, I can see exactly when I'm in frame, so it just reflects straight off. It's only cost me £8.50, so it won't be the best in the world. But a nice sunny day like this is when I'm guessing it could really come in handy for video work. So at the moment I'm shooting on the Lumix GX8 1080 50p because I like to be able to slow down my video in editing. So shooting at 50p, I want to ideally be keeping my shutter speed at 100th of a second. Now obviously when it's bright sunlight and then suddenly darker shadows, normally you'd have to be changing your shooting settings to be able to keep it exposed properly. But with this ND filter, I'm still getting used to it. It means you can keep that 100th second shutter speed and just change the exposure with the filter. So there I'm apparently properly exposed. But obviously if I turn around right into the sun, I can shift the filter again to make it darker, and then carry on turning it back lighter again when I'm in shade to try and keep me exposed properly. So far seems to be working alright, but yeah, like I say, it probably won't be the best image. This is the first time that I've used it. Like I say, it only cost me £8.50. You can expect to pay 80, 100 odd pounds for variable ND like this. Now, I've never actually been here before to Llandegla Forest. It's one of those places you drive past so often, every time. Hang on. Every time that I go to Wrexham, straight down the main road, I literally drive straight past this place. I've just never thought to stop off at any point, but I think at the moment I've picked an ideal time for it. There's practically no one else here. It's really quiet, peaceful. Hear the birds singing. Yeah, it's really nice. So I think I'm learning pretty quickly already not to necessarily judge the exposure meter on your display, but rather to go by eye. Whoa. Like I say, this is only a very cheap variable ND filter. It's by Phot-R. Cost me £8.50. I'm not expecting great things from it, but we just see the principle in action. There's a very good example here now coming up. At the moment I'm in the forest, not that you can see them very well, but I'm in the shade. I'm about to walk out into the open, and bam, I am way overexposed. So instead of stopping, I can literally just turn my filter to the correct exposure and carry on. Now this also, as well as changing shutter speed, it also means that we don't have to necessarily be changing our ISO or aperture. So especially if you've got a nice wide lens, you don't have to be compensating your exposure with losing your depth of field. It's quite nice actually, so look. Not been here once before. How? I don't know. So I'll show you quickly now just what this scene is like without the filter on. You can't see a thing, can you? If I put the filter back on, that's how much of a difference it can make. Whoop. Good job it's cheap. I can't get it back on now. So I did actually also buy some Hoya ProND normal neutral density filters. So at the moment I'm filming using the 6-stop, and I also bought the 4-stop. So as you know, I think, I bought this Lumix GX8 as a all-round camera really. I'm going to Brussels next week for a few days, and I didn't want to be carrying around my heavy DSLR camera gear. So with this Lumix now, I've got the 20mm 1.7, which I'm really looking forward to using streetwise. I've got this lens here, which is the Lumix 12-60, which is a pretty nice little range. And also this lens has built-in optical stabilization, which also interacts with the body's stabilization, which is really good for vlogging. Obviously you can't really, the quality is always going to be in the standard neutral density filters, which is why I bought these Hoyas in the end. But I thought, you know, for the sake of 8 or 9 quid, I'll buy the variable filter and just give it a go really. So I wasn't expecting the best from this one, but what I can tell you straight away is it's a bit tough to actually change. You might have noticed on this video so far already, I've been trying to just move the front ring of the filter, and it's actually resulted in my zoom being changed as well. That's how tough this one is. So a bit of a downer there. In terms of the actual quality of the video, you'll see it on this video, I guess. This is the first time I've used it myself as well. But again, like I say, for the sake of £8.50, I thought I'd give it a go, see what we get. So I'll try and show you quickly here how exactly this filter works. So it's basically just like a circular polarizer filter, where there are 2 layers of glass, one on top of the other, and they are twisted around on top of each other to change the density. So at the moment this is on minimum, and as we twist the front element around, you see it getting darker and darker, and then eventually it will get lighter again. Now, one issue with this is that you can at times start to see an X pattern, which I'll try and demonstrate to you. I can't see it at the moment, so I'll put it in a separate bit of video to show you. But that is basically how it works. Sure, it is pretty lovely around here. I haven't really got the time at the moment to have a proper wander around, but apparently there's black grouse around here and everything. Especially with autumn coming into play now, you can see already all the ferns are going that nice rusty colour. But I have to come back soon at some point, bring the drone with me as well, make half a day out of it. I'll also mention I've actually just got another new microphone as well. It's the this furry thing up here. It's the Rode Video Micro So as you know, I did get the Video Mic Go, which is really nice, so I'm dead happy with that, with the quality that I'm getting out of it. But for this camera, it's a pretty small camera, especially when I'm in Brussels, I'm going to be wanting it to both shoot my video with, like this, and to also actually take photos with. I'll put up a little dramatisation of how that actually goes with the Video Mic Go. So it just sticks out so much at the back that it's quite difficult for me to actually take a photo, especially seeing as I'm primarily left-sighted, which is a little bit annoying. But with this Video Micro, I've had no issue so far. It was actually cheaper in the first place as well, so I may as well have just gone for this one to start with. But the Video Mic Go is also quite nice as a little desk setup for when I'm doing my Lightroom edits. So leave a comment in the description. I'd like to know what you think of the audio coming from the Video Micro. I think I do have to be a little bit careful when there's dogs around. There's a couple of them on the beach just now, and they quite like the look of the dead cat. So just be wary. I need to go home, I need to make some phone calls, send some emails and whatnot. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to whack on the 20mm lens on the way back, try and grab a few shots for you. And yeah, need to get back. So as always, thank you very much for watching. Give it a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Tell all your friends if you have any friends. And I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra.